Can of corn. A slang phrase for a routine fly ball, a can of corn harkens to the 19th century. Clerks at groceries and general stores would use long, hooked sticks to pull down canned goods from the high shelves, then catch them in the pocket of their aprons.
And stay out of the Woolworth.
Ducks on the pond. An expression generally credited to former Washington Senators announcer Arch McDonald. Ducks on the pond refers to a situation where runners are aboard and a hitter has a chance to drive them in. The bases are the pond and the runners are the ducks. Worm burner. A low pitch that hits the ground before it reaches the plate can prompt "put a helmet on those worms" to be shouted from the dugout. This phrase is part of a broader family of worm references with a meaning similar to worm burner and worm killer. Broken ladder. When it comes to dugout chatter, players will do anything for a rhyme. The famous "we want a pitcher, not a belly itcher" chide has a second stanza in some circles. "We want a batter, not a broken ladder." Must be devastating to a hitter's confidence. Around the horn. A 5-4-3 double play, assuming there's no crazy shift pulling the fielders out of their traditional positions, constitutes going around the horn. This phrase also describes the infielders throwing the ball around after a strikeout with nobody on base.
This part of it's good. This part, not so good for Brian Knight.
Green light. Just as a traffic signal gives drivers the freedom to go, a green light in baseball is an empowering phrase. Hitters can get the green light, aka swing away, from skippers in 3-0 counts.
Nothing like a 3-0 green light. Come on!
While fast runners can get it while contemplating a steal.
Don't steal second base.
Cleanup. The cleanup hitter bats fourth in the order. Often the team's most powerful slugger, this player ideally is positioned to come to the plate with multiple runners on. He can drive everyone in with a home run, thus cleaning up the bases for his team.
Clean up, everybody let's clean up.
Shoestring catch. A shoestring catch is a snag made just before the ball hits the ground, typically on a sinking line drive. The outfielder does not leave his feet in this scenario. Rather, he lunges forward and stabs the ball just above the laces on his cleat.
Oh, he made the play! A shoestring grab!
Frozen rope. The term frozen rope can refer to a throw from the outfield or a line drive off the bat. In both cases, the ball has to have plenty of muster, so much that it appears to have no vertical drop over a long distance, like a rope would if it were iced over.
Cold never bothered me anyway.
On deck. The phrase "on deck" gained popularity after World War II. On aircraft carriers, pilots preparing to board their planes came to the main area of the ship, or the deck. The next to board stayed in the hold, which in baseball evolved into in the hole.
You think you're safe over there on deck, but you're really not.
Look out.
Look out, you have no time.
Chin music. A brushback pitch thrown perilously close to the hitter's face is known as chin music. But that phrase had a more abstract meaning in late 1800s baseball. It referred to heckling from fans, implying that spectators were using their mouths as instruments.
You play ball like a girl!
Hot corner. Because the majority of hitters are right-handed and batted balls often get to third base in a hurry, that position is known as the hot corner.
Hot corner!
Manning this spot then requires excellent reflexes and quick hands. Many simply can't stand the heat.
Fair ball knocked down. Alberto lost it. Going to third. They got a play. Flip underhanded. And they got him!
Web gem. Former Baseball Tonight producer Judson Birch is credited with coining the phrase web gem, referring to the glove's webbing to describe a spectacular defensive play. The ESPN show's Web Gem segment, introduced in 2000, popularized the idiom.
Sports Center Baseball Tonight, Web Gem nominee for sure.
Pickle. To be in a pickle means being in a tough spot, like a cucumber stuck in a vinegary brine for days on end. Naturally, baseball adapted that idiom for players who are caught in a rundown. It is not necessarily hopeless, but it usually doesn't end well. Cycle. The term cycle to describe a player collecting a single, double, triple, and home run in the same game first appeared in print in 1921, hailing George Sisler's achievement. 12 years passed before a newspaper first called it hitting for the cycle.
It's a cycle!
Crooked number. When the batting team sets its sights on posting a crooked number, it's looking to score more than one run in an inning. The phrase originated in the time of hand-operated scoreboards. Visually, a 0 or a 1 lacks the impactful twists and turns.
Well, we've bored the scoreboard operator to sleep.
He's fired.
Golden sombrero. Earning a golden sombrero is an ignominious feat, meaning to strike out 4 times in a game. It's the gaudier version of a hat trick, 3 goals in hockey and soccer. Former Padres player Carmelo Martinez helped popularize the phrase in the 1980s.
Now the payoff. Santana strikes out. He's wearing the sombrero tonight.
Backdoor. Typically, hitters freeze up on backdoor pitches. These breaking balls appear to be headed outside, but then duck and nip the edge of the plate, sneaking in the back door. They're a great way to get called third strikes when the hitter has a platoon edge.
Open up! What's the password?
Ace. The Society for American Baseball Research traces the origins of the term ace to Asa Bernard, who was a top pitcher of the game's early years in the 19th century. Decades later, his nickname, Ace, evolved to cover the best hurler on any staff.
I'm ready to go in, Coach. Just give me a chance.
High cheese. Cheese, or sometimes cheddar, is a sizzling fastball that has something extra on it. High cheese, then, is a heater at the top of the zone or above it. This pitch has experienced a resurgence in recent years as it often negates uppercut swings.
High fastballs. Just can't hit them, can't lay off.
And here is the completed set altogether, the 2022 Allen Ginter Chrome Baseball Lexicon mini insert set. These were fun shorts to put together. I learned a little bit more about the Baseball Lexicon. Hopefully you learned something new as well. Really appreciate you watching, and don't forget to rock and roll!